in a couple years, Bronny going to be a real NBA player.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like a real solid NBA
I
player.
can see him in a couple years being starting.
One issue I have with Bronny now.
I can see him being a starting point guard in a couple years.
Okay.
One issue I have with Bronny right now, not an issue, but like that I would love to see him do is
Carmelo Anthony talks about Bronny James proving he belongs in the NBA. Check out what he had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
Bronny didn't really get the opportunity to be the man at USC.
Right.
Even at Sierra Canyon, he was very good, but like there were definitely players on that team that were probably more highly touted, highly recruited,
right,
all that type of stuff. To have success on the highest level of basketball, you need to have that experience being a lead dog.
I mean, there's cases where that's not true, but for the most part, yeah. I think you got to, when you walk into a locker room in the NBA, right? Everybody was a man somewhere, and you got to respect that when you go into a practice or whatever. That's what makes it competitive. You know what I'm saying? So like 1,000%, like you can't, like we said, a lot of situations, analytics and stuff like that changes. So where people get a chance that probably when we were coming up probably wouldn't get a sniff at the league. You know what I mean? But you can't come to me, and it's a lot with just being a man somewhere.
Yeah, Bronny would have had a successful college career or season. Yeah, going into the NBA, a lot of confidence. Maybe we're seeing what we're seeing now with Bronny in the G League. Maybe we're seeing that in the very beginning. But by him not playing good at USC, I know people want to throw the hard situation in there, I guess, which is fair. But if I were Bronny, I would have just transferred schools or gave USC another shot, let all the good talent leave, and then you're the man, so you're able to have a full season to prove yourself, to get your confidence. But by him not doing that, he had to get that in the G League, but he's still not NBA ready yet, but he's playing much better, so his chances of succeeding in the NBA have heightened over the last few months.
It's a lot of people depending on you. You got to gain respect.
Yep.
You got to be a dog within the game. It's a feel for the game. You got to have the feel for the game. Everybody doesn't have that. I mean, it's different for Bronny. Like he sees it every day. Like this is dad. You know what I'm saying? His dad leads the whole league. Now with Bronny, the difference with Bronny is like, yo, he's young. 1, 2. We see how good of a player he can be. Now he's missing like making shots and finishing, but in between all the other stuff, you see it. Like he has a skill set. Like of course, it's going to take time, and that process was sped up a little bit. But we see, like, are you surprised about him going down like he should and putting up numbers?
Right.
I'm even surprised he's putting up those kind of numbers down there because he's young.
It's good that he's putting up these numbers in the G League. Great for him, playing much better. But I need Bronny to transfer that over to the NBA floor. He showed flashes versus the Bucks, played against the starters, had a good amount of minutes versus the role players. But I'm seeing Bronny, when he's on the NBA floor, he's looking hesitant out there. Maybe it's best for Bronny to leave the Lakers, see if he can work with Rich Paul and Clutch Sports to try to get him to a team where he can get consistent NBA minutes. Bronny should be on the Wizards right now, be on a team that's tanking, trying to collect draft picks for the next few years. A team like the Wizards would be perfect for Bronny. He can get a lot of minutes, possibly start or play 25 to 30 minutes per game, even on the bench. I think that'll help Bronny James' development. And as far as him showing the skill set, I don't see it yet. I just see him dominating against players that he's better than in the G League. But again, he has to keep that same energy on the NBA floor.
Young, but this is great. It's showing that he's learning, and that's part of
maybe
I can if I had one of the best mentors in the world, like I see my process getting like if my dad knew anything about basketball, I would be a better player. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean. So it's like you couldn't like I didn't expect him to be any different. You know, I expected him to spend more time down there, hone his craft, and become the player that we all think he can be, but. All that, the BS that's going on around him, I feel him, but, it comes with the territory. But real basketball players know it's going to take time.
See,
yeah, it's going to take a lot of time for Bronny. But again, being in the G League all the time as opposed to part-time, maybe that may set Bronny back because we're not seeing it in the NBA on the NBA floor. But we're seeing him pick up his game in the G League, and that's great for him, great for his confidence. I've seen interviews months ago where Bronny kept talking about his confidence. That was a huge thing. So Maybe the G League, putting up 25 and 30-point games consistently, maybe that'll boost his confidence, but we're not seeing it on the NBA floor, and he's not getting chances to be on the NBA floor consistently. When he does, JJ Redick, he gets bashed. He looks like a terrible coach by playing Bronny. So you're not really going to win if you're in LA, if you're Bronny. Find a way to leave LA. It's too much pressure playing with your father, and then having Luka there. The team has pressure to win a championship. That organization as a whole, they have to win. It's either championship or bust. They don't got time to kind of, carry Bronny along and seeing if he's going to be an NBA player. He needs to do that with a different franchise.
I have a different take. That's why I was quiet.
Okay.
Because I know the Bron situation, and I also know the Bronny situation. And a lot of times people cross the two.
Right.
Like Bronny is his own young man. Like Bronny got his own lane. He's doing his own thing. He think totally different. Yeah. He has his own personality. He understands what's going on out here.
Yeah, Bronny is his own man. He's growing up, but people say, oh, he's still a kid and all that stuff. So is he his own man? Maybe so. But can he be his own man while on Clutch Sports, while on the Lakers, while playing with his father? I don't think he can be that person. He really can't. He's always going to be controlled by Rich Paul and Clutch Sports and LeBron. So, yeah, technically he's old. He's, 19, 20? Yeah, he's a man, a young man, but he's not able to think on his own, or he wouldn't be on the Lakers right now. I don't think he would have mind, playing on a different team, not playing with his dad. But by LeBron James wanted to have this legacy move, he kind of forced Bronny to leave school early. He really should have been in school right now, but I understand it. Legacy move, the GOAT debate, everything surrounding LeBron. This is all a part of the documentary. Let's go ahead and get Bronny James in the league while I'm still actively playing.
Bronny know, like you said, I read it.
Yeah.
His pops read everything. His pops know everything that's going on out there in the world. He know everybody say about him.
Especially given what's happened the past several weeks.
This kid Bronny is 19, 20 years old.
Yeah.
This man's Bronny.
Like he's on social media. He's on X. He's on. He see what's going on. But the fact that the unfair part in that is he don't get the chance to go prove himself. He get thrown out there for 5 minutes. He get exposed. Oh, then he go out to the G League. He playing, he's go score 20, 25, come back. And it's like people get to question that. Is it really real? What is it? We don't know.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Find a way to lead the Lakers. Find a way to go to another franchise where you can get significant minutes consistently. He needs those consistent minutes all the time. If not, it's going to be he plays really great in the G League. And then once he plays once out of every 10 games with the Lakers, 2 points here, maybe 15, maybe a magical 20, but it's not going to be consistent on the NBA floor. He has to go to another franchise. This has to happen sooner or later.
I know what type of player Bronny going to be.
But you see it, though. Like I said, no, I'm
not disagreeing with you.
Skill set's there. It's just
basketball
like, finishing. That's young players in all. Like,
he's a basketball player, which is why I'm getting to my point. He's a really good basketball player. He's a high IQ basketball player. At a young age, the only way you can get better is by playing.
Exactly. He has to play. That's the only way he's going to get better. And I never played basketball at a collegiate level or on the NBA level, so they probably see something in Bronny that I don't see. But at the same time, they're cool with LeBron, and you don't want to criticize Bronny. So I get it. They're being protective, but you got to keep it real. Do you really see something in Bronny being an NBA player, or do you just see the son of LeBron James?
So they put a lot on him by saying he's not going to play in the G League. So because at the beginning, he's not going to the G League. But because of that, people is holding you now at NBA level. Right. So if he's not going to the G League at 55th pick, that means he's going to be part of this lineup with the Lakers.
Well, to be fair, he's really averaging 25 and 6.
What I'm trying to say is this is a testament to the G League as well.
Yeah. Because
to his point, it's a lot of people who grinding and hustling down there in the G League. So for him to go down there with all of this bullshit that he got to deal with every single day, go down there and play 25, 35. Like he's showing guys the development and the process of this. I'm not the same player I was in training camp.
Yeah, he's definitely not the same player, but you got to keep it real, Carmelo. What's really going on with Clutch Sports, with LeBron, with his handlers? They executed this move terribly. Again, Bronny should be in school, should have been in college, or just keep him in the G League. Stop saying one thing, oh, he won't play in the G League, then he's in the G League. and just different things like that. Poor execution, but hopefully it's starting to work out with Bronny, and he's playing much better, so congrats to him.
I'm not the same player I was last month. But because we don't see the journey, we don't see the work ethic, and we don't see all of that. We just see the final product once they get on the court. But we don't see you sucking the teeth. We don't see the actual work that this kid put in. Now, I'm not saying is he a starter right now in the NBA. I'm not saying that he's supposed to have 30, 35. I'm saying
definitely not.
He deserves a shot, just like anybody else in that situation deserves a shot.
He's absolutely worth the 55th pick. That's my belief.
I'm gonna go out on the whim and say this.
Whim or limb?
Both.
A whim and a limb.
Whim limb. You know what I'm saying? We'll go out on the limb.
Go out
on the whim and the limb. In a couple years, Bronny going to be a real NBA player.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like a real solid NBA player.
I can see him in a couple years being starting.
One issue I have with Bronny now.
I can see him being a starting point guard in a couple years.
Okay.
One issue I have with Bronny right now, not an issue, but like that I would love to see him do, is not lose his confidence throughout all of this.
That's the main thing with Bronny, his confidence. Can he keep that up? Is he going to be a good NBA player or NBA player in general in the near future? Time will tell. Playing much better in the G League, that's good. But a lot of this is just LeBron James. You being friends with him. Can't really criticize Bronny. You want to, but at the same time, you got to stay within those lines. So, again, shout out to Bronny. Keep getting better in the G League, and we'll see if he ever becomes an NBA player.